Hello, I'm Wayne Visser and I'm CSR International Director, and I'm here today in Chicago with Paul Munsen, who's President of Sun Ovens International. Welcome, Paul. You're going to start out just by showing us how to assemble the sun oven.
This is what we call a global sun oven. It can bake, boil, and steam foods. It can cook for a family in the U.S. of 6 people, 8 people in a developing country. It only weighs 21 pounds and carries like a suitcase, and to set it up takes just a matter of seconds. The reflectors go into place. The food goes inside this chamber, and then it has a tray that will keep food from spilling if it's moved to follow the sun. It has a built-in thermometer, both in Fahrenheit and Celsius. When you lock this in place, it traps the air inside, and this will get up to temperatures as high as 400 degrees Fahrenheit, about 190 Celsius. And then it has all the lathe built into the back that allows it to adjust. There's 9 different positions, so wherever the sun is on the horizon, it can capture the maximum angle of the sun.
Perfect. Well, let's talk a little bit about this. So, can you just tell us where are you selling this, and roughly what is your business model?
Well, the majority of ovens we sell more in the United States than we do anywhere else in the world. Second to that would be Haiti. Third would be Uganda. We do actually have some ovens in about 130 countries around the world. Our business model is that we use our sales in developed countries to offset the costs of starting in developing countries. And in the developing world, we empower entrepreneurs to make and market the ovens. We've developed a simple assembly system so ovens can be assembled in the country where they're going to be used. As an example, when we assemble an oven here in Chicago, in the Chicago area, we have about $35 of labor in making it. When one's made in Haiti, there's about $2 of labor involved in making it, and that's actually paying double the daily normal wage and is able to then create jobs. Plus, the oven is sort of large. If we ship them fully assembled, we can put 440 of them into a 40-foot shipping container. If we send the parts to make the ovens, we can put up to 1,800 unassembled ovens into a container. And we have a program where we initially teach the entrepreneurs to assemble US-made parts. Then we shift to providing all the CAD drawings and specifications to allow them to find local contract manufacturers or local job shops that could make the various components, all of the components but one gasket. And there's one gasket that's proprietary in the oven that allows it to get quite a bit hotter and maintain its longer life, and we sell that with a small royalty. We have had good success in areas where people are buying charcoal or buying kerosene in allowing developing programs where women can pay for them using a basic microfinance model where women pay for it in small weekly installments using money they save by not buying charcoal or other cooking fuels.
Mm-hmm. And how many units have you sold? Where is this operational around the world?
Well, we've sold about 48,000 in the last 12 years since we've been making them. As I said, Haiti's the biggest country. They also are made in Ghana, in the Dominican Republic. There's a shipment en route to Uganda right now, and later this month they'll start to be made and marketed in Uganda. And we're very close to agreements in both South Africa and in Nigeria to empower entrepreneurs in those countries as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at those sorts of figures and many other solutions, entrepreneurial solutions, one concern is always how do we get this to scale? Because 48,000 is not going to solve the scale of the problems. So what are some of the barriers you face in scaling this up?
Well, there's 2.5 million people in the world who cook with wood, charcoal, or dung, so the need is huge around the world. And the biggest barriers are twofold. Probably the single biggest barrier is the issue of taxes, both customs or import taxes to get things started, as well as the value-added taxes that in some places make it so that the taxes have limited the opportunity to bring it up to scale. The other is the need of capital. In Uganda, for example, where we're going to be starting, we've shipped more than 2,000 ovens from the United States to Uganda already assembled. Now we're moving into the assembly phase, and the amount of working capital required primarily to fund microloans so that women can afford to buy it is also a limiting factor in bringing it up to scale.
Mm-hmm. Now you're what we would call a social entrepreneur, so how did you get into this? Why are you doing this rather than something else with your life?
Well, the reason we're doing it is when you look around the world, in so many places, we do a lot of work in Haiti, for example, and in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, the capital city, the area most affected by the earthquake earlier this year, people prior to the earthquake were spending 55% of their total income just buying charcoal. When a woman cooks over an open fire, she inhales the same amount of smoke as smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and each year in the continent of Africa, 1.6 million children under the age of 5 die of respiratory diseases, primarily from the indoor air pollution of cooking fires. We can replace someplace in the area of 70 to 80% of that smoke, and the effect that it has on the economic well-being of people as well as the health of women and children is immense. So we have developed a private sector entrepreneurial approach to trying to solve the problem. We're not a nonprofit organization. We operate as a business. We have enjoyed some real growth in the United States in the sales of the sun ovens, and then we use the cash flow that we generate from our U.S. sales to help us empower entrepreneurs in developing countries.
One of the trends we're seeing is that multinationals get into partnerships with social entrepreneurs. Have you had any interest from any of the big companies to either be partners or distributors?
No, we'd like to, but we're a pretty small operation, and I don't think too many people even know we exist or know about what we're doing or trying to do around the world.
Okay. If you're speaking to other social entrepreneurs, what would you say is the qualities that are needed to actually succeed as a social entrepreneur?
I don't know if you want to call it stupidity or perseverance. We've been in business 12 years and we've made a profit too. So I mean, got very good at just having to refinance my home to eat for a number of years along the way. So a lot of times the idea that you're doing this because you really want to help people gets kind of lost in the need to earn a living, and so finding the right balance between the business side of things and the social need is pretty significant. A lot of the reason we weren't making profits during the tsunami, we took off and spent weeks in Sri Lanka working in different crises around the world. We've gotten involved, and then we ignore the core business and come home and don't have sales. So finding the right balance between being able to operate a business profitably and being able to work in the developing world is a major challenge, and having the perseverance to do that, or the stupidity, as I said, I'm not sure which. I think my wife would call it stupidity. I'll call it perseverance. Is a major challenge.
Okay. Final question then. You've chosen to do this as a business rather than a charity. What are the advantages of running this as a business?
Well, we believe long-term sustainability can be put in place. Once we get the ovens made in a given country and develop the right kind of microfinance system, as one person pays for their oven, another person can get one, so it becomes self-sustaining. Taking more the charitable model, sometimes the challenges of constantly writing grants, seeking funding is very difficult, and put a lot of effort into developing funding sources, and that becomes an ongoing part of it, where if we can create a model that is each person makes their payments that are sometimes well under $1 a week, but as you can bring that up to scale, it can become self-sufficient, and that's why we've chosen the private sector route versus the route of trying to be a nonprofit.
Excellent. Well, thanks for your time today, and all the best.
Thank you.